Hey there, girlfriend. Are you an established entrepreneur, female entrepreneur with introverted tendencies, and you are wondering how to explain to others what you do? Well, we're going to get to the bottom of that in today's video and show you exactly how to do it. We'll see you on the other side. Hey there, my name is Ingafay, and I am super excited to be here with you today. We are talking to Brittnee Scott, and she had a question about how to explain to others what she does. And this is our first transformational coaching session. So we are super excited to be here with you. We're going to get into it with Brittnee so we can help her thrive in her business. So let's bring Brittnee to the stage so she can introduce herself. What's up, Brittnee?
Hey.
We are so excited to have you here, girl. Before we get started, we want to learn more about you, who you are, who you serve, and how you serve your folks. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Well, I am Brittnee Scott. I am the owner, founder of Project Ledger Solutions, which is a job cost accounting service. And all job costing means is we break down your cost on a per job or per project base. It's really helpful for industries like healthcare, construction, engineering, IT, those that need to see on a per job basis how much something costs so that they can price their services accurately. I've been in business here in Mobile about 6 years now. And I'm just looking to expand and grow with CPAs, EAs, CFOs in the area, and go from there.
Oh, well, thanks for sharing. So I'm curious, why did you start your business?
I've always been into numbers. The biggest thing for me has been budgeting. I actually love to budget on a personal level. And I wanted to find a way to tie that into professional and commercial companies. And I found that a lot of business owners, they knew how to do what they do well. They knew how to do blueprints or build a home, but they weren't so good at budgeting money, especially for things that run over or have what's called work in progress. And I really wanted to help them budget that those costs and kind of budget those savings and figure out ways to not only create good pricing, but also grow and scale their business with that pricing.
Awesome. So when you think about 2026, because right now we're in March, this is the time of this recording. What are your business goals for 2026? What do you want to achieve?
My main business goal is to connect with CPAs, CFOs, enrolled agents, and really help partner with them when they create these financial strategies or they're doing tax planning and advice for these companies. They really need someone that has a good handle on the books and that knows how to create clean books for those business owners. So my goal is to connect within the next 6 months with 10 CPAs or CFOs and really kind of grow our partnership from there.
Awesome. All right, so you're looking to connect with CFOs and CEOs, correct?
And CPAs, yes.
And CPAs, okay. All right, so we got that down. So in your pre-assessment form, you shared that the industries that you see, that you serve, the customers that you have right now that you can uniquely serve were industries and locations that perform anticipated costs and profit and build on better pricing, knowing which service should be discontinued. So tell us, share a little bit more about that with the audience and me.
Yeah, so sometimes a company may offer a particular service. Let's say they offer, as an engineering firm, they offer cost studies or land studies for your place of business. And they also offer, cost analysis. Well, when they go in and they look at that and they say, okay, it costs this much to send someone out, then I have to have this subscription service, really get a breakdown on those costs, they may see that one of those services is not as beneficial or maybe just not as profitable at their current cost and job profit rate. So what I do is look at those costs, I help explain it to them and help them predict a profit analysis, which helps build out cash flow and help them determine if they should keep offering that service and if they should increase the price of it, or if they should just discontinue it altogether because it's not serving them as a whole. I think, yeah,
I'm muted. You're basically helping them focus on the products or the services that are giving them the most revenue, and then
Correct.
getting rid of the ones that are not as don't have a high ROI.
Correct.
So that's essentially what you're doing. Now, in your form, you had also mentioned that your focus was engineering companies and healthcare, and it was also IT and architecture. So it was engineering, healthcare, IT, and architecture. Which one of those do you like? When you think about your clients, do you like which client do you like working with the best, or that you feel like it's a good fit?
I think probably out of all of them, healthcare is going to be the best. They typically have very tight profit margins. There are a lot of requirements with different payers, such as insurance or Medicare billing. And they also have to have a built-in cushion because they're typically paid out in 45 or 60-day net terms. So I like working with them because they need to see where the costs are going in a quick manner, and they also need to know if they need to stop offering a service a lot quicker than some of the other. That's who I mainly prefer to work with, but I've worked with all.
Okay, so if that's who you prefer to work with, is there any reason why you wouldn't want to just focus on them?
I would say that healthcare is, I won't say a harder field to break into, but a lot of times healthcare companies have specific accounting programs that's built into their healthcare management system. Those accounting programs don't always accommodate job costing, and it is a bit harder to get those industries to switch over to a platform like QuickBooks or Xero. Whereas construction and engineering firms, they're typically already on that platform, or they use something that does accommodate it.
Okay, so you said you're using QuickBooks or Xero?
Yes.
Okay, so when you think about them being the best, what makes when you answer the question that you feel like they would be the best industry to work with, why are they the best if they don't use the system that you use? What makes
they're the best because they need it the most, and
they what now?
They need it the most. They need this service the most out of all of the industries that I offer the service to. And typically, once I'm able to explain to them that they need it and kind of explain the advantage of moving to a different system, they are typically the longest customers I have. Out of all of my client retention levels, healthcare and construction are the top two.
Okay, so the retention is higher with healthcare. Do they pay premium prices for you?
I would say, yeah. I mean, all of my services are premium services, so they all industries do. But I would say healthcare, once the advantages and the need is explained clearly, they are willing to pay that premium service.
Okay. Well, I wanted to, in light of what you just said, I wanted to share a story with you. It's about my customer, Ava. And she kind of reminds me a little bit of you. Well, before I share this story, let me ask one more question. So you feel like healthcare and construction are your premier clients, but you're still servicing engineering, architecture, and IT.
Yes.
So if those are your premium clients, why did you include the other industries?
I mean, I'm open to all industries that need job costing. It's not limited to a certain industry. The technique the process and the advantages, and I would say even the marketing is going to be pretty much the same because it translates across all of those industries.
Okay, so let me share with you, just saying that, let me share the story about Ava. My customer Ava used to say yes to anyone that would ask for her help. She poured her heart into every project, but deep down she knew that not every client was the right fit for her. And she felt like she really needed to focus and start working with other clients. And we did that together. That was after we started working together. And the first thing that I suggested that she do is to start paying closer attention to the clients that energized her from the ones that didn't truly value her work. And through honest conversations and simple client assessments, Ava realized what was setting those relationships apart from the ones that were actually paying her what she wanted, that valued her service compared to the ones that didn't. And I guess you haven't really told me this, so I'm going to ask this question in between the story. Do the engineering and architecture and the IT clients pay you the premium as well?
Yes.
Do they stay with you as long as the healthcare and construction clients?
I would say probably no.
So when you think about the longevity of the relationship between healthcare and construction compared to IT, architecture, and engineering, what would be the difference in time frame?
So what it really boils down to is what I'm hired on for. I do offer services that are just initial setup and training, and then I offer services that are kind of more ongoing. I would say that typically an engineering firm, they're more than likely going to have someone kind of, I don't want to say advanced enough, but they're more knowledgeable in how to operate a software program. They're more knowledgeable in how to plug and play. So they really might just need the setup. Whereas someone in healthcare, their healthcare or their office manager is dealing more with the administrative part. They're contacting payers, so they don't have the time or the capacity. So it's kind of, I would say I stay with the engineering IT because they're what I consider, I don't want to say gap fillers, but they are just two different service bases. It's two different service models. One is designed to be ongoing and one is designed to be a plug and play. And that plug and play does kind of help fill in. If I got more CPA partnerships and EA partnerships and things like that, then I wouldn't have to fill in those things. I'd be able to have a more continuous flow. But right now, that's kind of what's working for my business model.
Okay. Well, I wanted to ask you that because after Ava did these insights, after she did these assessments, she had more insight on what she wanted to change because she could really see where her biggest return on investment with the clients were coming from. So she started rallying around the customers that were paying her more and actually staying with her longer. That's what her focus was. It was no longer just trying to fill in. And as a result of that, she started to have an 80% customer retention rate. So granted, she had customers that would leave, but the majority, 80% of them stayed with her. So she didn't have to worry about the fill-in clients. She was really able to focus on the ones that really valued what she had and stayed with her for the long haul.
Wow.
So yeah. What I wanted to ask is, would you want to model something similar to that in your business?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we all strive for retention in business, so definitely.
Okay. So with that said, what if you focused on the healthcare and the construction clients, and that was your main focus, where you could really focus on them and have more retention in your business, where you didn't have to fill in with the other folks that were only a startup. These were people that were going to actually stay with you for the long haul.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a great goal to have, like to really kind of achieve and work towards. I'm always open to developing that. It's just about building that partnership and that network to be able to get to that level.
Right. So what if you were able to stay with the healthcare and construction folks, let go of the engineering as they go, so that you said that you wanted to have 10 people. What if those 10 people were in the healthcare and construction industry more so than in the engineering, IT, and architectural industry?
Yeah,
How would that change the business?
I definitely would like to kind of do that. I think it would be improve retention and definitely just kind of streamline towards more of what I feel be long-term growth for my company and theirs. So it's definitely something I want to do.
Okay, because what I see oftentimes is when we're starting off our business, we're trying to make money the best way we can. And as a result of that, we think that when we are able to serve everybody, that it's going to be better for us because we're trying to bring money into the business. But when you actually do your business that way, when you serve everybody, you're essentially serving no one. Because I know your first question was, how do you tell people about what you do? Well, if you're trying to say that you serve everybody, then you're trying to say it in a way that's generic, that everybody would relate to it. When in actuality, it doesn't work that way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
So and I'll give you a perfect example because this happened to me today. I went to a networking event and I introduced myself and I told the ladies, hi, my name is Inga. I help establish introverted female entrepreneurs scale their business without sacrificing their authenticity and their energy. After both networking events that I went to, I had people coming to me. And you know why they came to me? Because I told them about introverts. I got 7 people. I got 7 people's business cards today just by saying that, because I told them exactly who I was looking for. And you can replicate that same thing in your business by sharing that you work with construction. You said healthcare or construction. I would really narrow it down to one. Because when you narrow it down to one, you can essentially call out the people that you're looking for. And as a result of you calling them out, those people are going to come to you.
Okay.
So when you think about what you're going to say to attract people to you or explain what you do, first you got to tell them who you're working with. That's the first thing. When you tell them who you're working with, then they'll already know, oh, she's talking about me. So I wanted to show you this framework that I call a one-liner intro. And it's just one sentence that you have to say, and it tells people about what you do in that one sentence. You don't have to explain, because if you feel like you have to tell more, like if you have to have 5 or 6 more sentences, that means it's not clear and they're not going to get it anyway. And whatever you say is going to go in one ear and out the other. So you want to make sure that you know exactly who you're working with. So when I think about you getting what you need from your business and actually attracting these 10 people, you want to say that you help CFOs in the healthcare industry. So when you do that, you're calling out the people that you help. So if you have anybody that's a CFO in the room, they're going to know, oh, she's talking about me. You're telling them what industry is. Again, anybody in the room, she's talking about me. Or even if they're not in the room and somebody knows somebody that's a healthcare CFO, their image in their head is going to instantly come up. Like, oh, I know who I can refer her to. Let me give her Johnny's number, or let me give her Susie Q's number, because you've told them who you're looking for. And then the transformation you want to achieve is that niche. What did you say? The niche costs? Niche costs?
The project costs. I would say for healthcare would probably be cash flow analysis is the easiest way.
You help them achieve cash flow analysis, and then it's going to be with or without. And it would have to be a framework. And I would recommend, if you don't have a framework that you can essentially call your own, I would recommend that you have it. And the reason that I would recommend it is, I know you are talking about how are you going to sell what you do. You want to be able to stand out with what you provide. And if you have a signature framework, and it could be Brittnee Scott's, or it could be the BS framework, and that could be just your initials, they're sitting there thinking, well, damn, what is the BS framework? But it's because you said that you are then a standout, somebody that has a specialty that they can't go to somebody else, another accountant. They got to come to Brittnee because they want the BS framework. And Susie Q over here doesn't have the BS framework. It's only Brittnee that has it. So as a result of that, they come to you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's when you ask me that question, that would be what I would recommend that you do. So your roadmap would be, first and foremost, to decide which industry is it going to be. And based on what we talked about today, it sounds like it's either going to be healthcare or it's going to be construction, because those are the people that stay with you. So you can have that client retention. And then the next thing is from those folks that you that are whatever industry you decide that you're going to serve from this point forward, so you can get those 10 clients that you want, is to find out more about the clients that you already have that are in that field, and ask them questions about why they were working with you. Because then that's going to help you figure out, well, what have I done that they like that I need to do more of? And what can I do to better serve them for them to reach their actual goal? So then I'm a really standout. And then they're going to be like a walking evangelist for me to tell more people about what I do and how I do it. So you'll have the referrals. So they would be a partner for you. You got your own customers telling other folks about how great you are and how your BS framework has just saved the day, right? And then after that, in addition to that, the third thing would be for you to create that one-liner. So then, I know you told me before that LinkedIn is your happy place. You can put that one-liner on your LinkedIn profile. And just for the mere fact that people see who you serve, they're going to come to you. And for the life, I can tell you, last week I had a girl do that to me. And I've been tweaking my my profile, just constantly tweaking. And it's going to come in, and that's what you're going to have to do. It's going to be an ongoing process of you just kind of tweaking and trying different things out. But I noticed after I changed it this last time, it was gold. And I had somebody call me specifically to tell me, oh, I saw your profile and I realized you were somebody I needed to talk to. That's how you want it to be. You want it to be magnetic like that they could read your profile and say, oh, I need to talk to you. But you got to work on that one-liner. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And you don't want to be a commodity where you're working, where people come to you, and as a result, they're comparing you to Susie Q, and it's based on price, right? Mm-hmm. You want to be that specialist, and if they want the BS framework, they know they got to come to Ashley. Susie Q doesn't have the BS framework. Ashley does. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. So what do you think? Does this sound doable?
It sounds doable, definitely. I mean, I know I've done some customer, just like my existing clients. I try to do a onboarding and offboarding survey when they leave. So I definitely can pull some information from that to help, develop that one-liner and kind of hone in exactly what I'm doing. And I mean, I think for a long time, I've been trying to not niche down, but really focus on a target market audience. So I think sitting down and figuring out if I want to do healthcare construction will be the next step.
Yeah. I think that's going to really help you, because then you don't have to worry about trying to explain it to people. Because first of all, you're going to let people know who you serve, and then you're going to actually tell them what they do, because you're going to say it in a way that resonates with them. Somebody that doesn't need your services, they don't need to understand it, because they don't need your services, right? You don't have to explain it to them. And you don't have to worry about it being a startup deal where I'm just starting this up and then they're going to leave me. No, you want somebody that's going to stick with you and then tell their friends.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So I think if you make those changes, that you will see a difference.
Okay. I'll give that a shot. Let's see how it rolls out. I'm excited. This is we're going into second quarter.
Right.
I was really kind of amping up. It's closing out tax season for a lot of those CPAs. So it's a perfect time to really kind of build that partnership and that network with them. So this is a great time to roll out a new strategy.
Right. Cool. And these are the kind of things that we do in the Introvert Advantage Accelerator. There's basically 6 things that we help you do. First and foremost, we help you clarify your North Star. So it's just really aligning your values and your vision, so that when it comes to making decisions, you don't have to overthink and you don't have decision fatigue, because based on your values and the vision for your business, it can be a quick, no, I'm not doing that. That's not aligning with my vision. Yes, I am going to do it. And then after that, we help you build your premium client. Your premium client niche, really deciding exactly who your folks are, so you'll know exactly who they are and find out what they want, so you can give it to them. And then the next thing is coming up with that offer that really makes you stand out and be that specialist, and can charge a premium for it, because nobody can do it like you, and you got a framework to prove that. And then you have what you call a nurture, because everybody's not going to necessarily be ready to buy when you first meet them. So you got to give them time to kind of marinate on you, build that know, like, and trust. So when it comes time for it, when they are ready, they can just instantly say, oh, I'm going to Brittnee because I know she has what I want. And then we have the systems. You're going to build systems, because I know you identify as an introvert too, so we have to really manage our energy, because we're like a cell phone. So when it comes down to marketing your business, you got to be in places where your folks hang out. There's no need for you to go to a general type of chamber event where you don't know who's going to show up. You got to go to an event where you'll know where the CFOs of healthcare companies are going to hang out. And if you go to that one, that you're going to find more of your ideal client. And then after that, we have a community of high-achieving female entrepreneurs with introverted tendencies that are rooting you on, holding you accountable, and challenging you, and really just transforming your mindset, where you can see, well, if she can do it, and I know we are kind of similar in knowledge and everything, I know I can do this too, and be able to grow and expand just from being around people that are making it happen. Okay, so just some food for thought. I'm hoping that this was a benefit for you today, and that you really got out of it that you were hoping to get out of it. Is there anything I didn't answer that you wanted in this session, centered around how to, say what you do and how you do it?
No, I think this was a great just first step. I think it's just part of rolling it out, getting it together. Like you said, when you first start your business, you're just kind of doing it, getting it up and running. And then over time, you see what works, what doesn't work, and you try to figure out ways to protect your energy, your sanity, and to scale in a way that's manageable. So I think this is a great first step to getting that started and seeing where things go.
Awesome. Well, girl, you got to stay in touch. We want to know what's going on. We're going to stay in your business. So you're going to have to come back and tell us that you did X, Y, Z and how it changed your business and that you got your 10 clients. Because when you're supposed to get these 10 clients, because we're going to hold you accountable right now.
I know. Don't put me on a KPI. I'm going to have them. I'm going to say it.
By the end of the year?
By the end of the year. Yes.
Okay. All right. We're going to check. Yes. Hey, y'all heard it here. We checking back in.
Yes. Hold me to it.
That's right. Well, as always, thank you for watching today. Sounds like Brittnee got what she needed, right? You got what you needed today, right?
Got what I needed.
Okay, awesome. So if any of you are out there and you want to solve one problem in your business in a 30-minute time, I have the QR code here where you can scan to actually sign up for your transformational coaching session with me. I have a couple more at 97, and after that it will go up. So if you want to do this, I suggest you do it quickly. Okay. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.